Now, in this page or channel, depending on the platform you're watching from, I always talk about how to attract the things that you want into your life, how to attract your desires into your life using your thoughts and your feelings. If you've been following me, you've heard me say that thoughts are the language of the brain and feelings or emotions are the language of the body. And how you think and how you feel creates what is called a state of being. So pay attention to this video because I'm going to explain in somewhat details. It's not going to be a long video, but I'm going to explain some key things on how to manifest certain things that you want into your life. Before I go any further in the video, the first thing I want to explain is that everything that is in this universe exists in an energetic form first, before it manifests in the physical form. Everything is energy. Everything is made of energy, and everything exists in an energy form before existing in the physical form. This is something that is like a rule of thumb, something that you have to understand first before you even think about manifesting anything, because this is fundamental. Okay? Everything is first energy before manifesting in a physical form. And everything you can think of is made of energy. Now, energy is neither created nor destroyed. You can't create energy, you can't destroy energy. All right? Energy is not a physical thing. For something to start and end, or for you to create something and end something, that thing has to have a beginning and an end. That thing has to be physical. Well, energy is not physical. Remember that physical has to be a manifestation of what energy is. Okay? So everything physical is first energy. And energy cannot be created and cannot be destroyed. You can only destroy something that you can see, hear, taste, smell, and touch and physically handle. Does that make sense? So you can start to think about those desires that you want, whether it is the house, the relationship, whatever it is that you're physically wanting to enjoy in your life already exists in an energy form. This idea has to start to brew in your mind, encourage you or motivate you, or make you feel that whatever you want to achieve in your life is already possible. Does that make sense? Pay attention to this. This is the right way to go about manifestation. Now, it took me a while before I got this. But if you get this, you will begin to manifest stuff and attract stuff in your life simpler than you already are doing. Now, bearing in mind that everything is energy, if you begin to think a thought, muster or nurse a desire of something that you want, that desire is energy. Remember that everything is made of energy. Energy is everywhere. Energy is not a particle. That means that your desire already exists. Whatever you want already exists. It's not in your life now physically, but it already exists. Now stay with me. I know this is a little bit weird, but stay with me because it is existing energetically. You have to connect to it energetically too. So in other words, if you're thinking about your desire, you have to be very intelligent with your thoughts, with the way you're thinking about your desire. And there are a number of ways you can think about your desire, but anything you're thinking about your desire is energy you're thinking. You're putting out that energy. Remember, your thoughts are not contained in your head because that's energy. Energy is mixed with everything because it's not a particle that you can separate. It's not physical yet. This means that if you're thinking about your desire, and there are many ways you can think about your desires again, and one of the ways is that this is something that you don't have, but you want. That's what a desire actually means anyway. You can define a desire as a longing of something that you don't have, but you want. Okay? So that's a good way to think about a desire. Now, but this is an energy on its own because everything is energy. So if you're seeing the thing that you want as absent in your life, it's an energy that is going to manifest into the physical realm. And what do you think will be the manifestation of this kind of energy? that is, you're going to have the absence of this thing because you have sown a seed of energy that you don't have this thing in your life. Your physical life is going to prove that you don't have it because that's the energy that you've sown. So having a desire continuously, I wish you get this. If you keep having a desire continuously, you're putting out an energy into the universe that this is something that you don't have in your life. And that energy is going to match the frequency of the energy of this particular thing to be absent in your life, because that's the same energy that you have sown as the seed. Because everything has to be in an energy form before it manifests in a physical form. This is exactly the reason why you hear any self-help or self-development person talk about that you have to always think positive things and say positive things. Whatever thing you're saying has a ripple effect in your physical world. Whatever thing you're thinking, because those thoughts are energetic in nature. And that energy is going to match the same energy out there that is responsible to create the physical material form of the thing that you want or don't want, because that's the energy that you're putting out. All right, now, so this means that you have to approach your manifestations and the things that you want to attract into your life with intelligence that actually gets to you the things that you want. And how is that? You're going to think about the things that you want as if they are already yours in your life, because that way you're putting out the energy into the universe, into the energy field, that you already have it energetically. Now that is going to mirror into the universe that this thing is already yours, and it's going to get the equivalence of what you just mirrored out, which will be the physical manifestation of what you want. So the universe is just like your mirror. The information, the energetic, actually the electromagnetic information in the universe is like a mirror. Everything you're feeling inside is what it mirrors back to you, and it becomes your outside world. That is why the saying goes, as below as above. Your external world is purely a reflection of your internal world. So if you want to manifest your dreams, don't just have the desire. That's not enough. You have to quit desiring them. Get into the mode of thinking about them as already yours. So let's give a dynamic example. Let's say you want a car, for example. It's a car that you want. Good. So you have to begin to see yourself in that car, knowing that the outer world mirrors your inner world. Then you have to be very, very detailed with what you want. Be very detailed. You have to be very, very detailed with the kind of car you want. The series, the color, the name of the car, whether it's going to be a rim wheel, front wheel drive, because you are now the person who is creating it like the way it is. You're not creating it energetically, but everything exists in the energy world already. And that is how it works. If you want a relationship, if you want whatever, you have to get a pen and a paper, sit down, take your time to do it. Because you have to be responsible for whatever shows up in your life. Because if you're not responsible for whatever shows up in your life, anything is going to show up and you can't blame anyone for it. All right? Because as above, as below, as inward, as outward, the way that your life is actually a perfect reflection of the way you are on the inside. So take a pen and a paper and think about the things that you want. Just think about it. Just be clear about it. Every time you're thinking about the things that you want, you're sending out, and that's the reason why you don't have it till now. Because you've been thinking about it. Oh, I wish I had this. Oh, if this thing would have been in my life, I would love it. That's exactly why you don't have it yet, because the energy around you, the energy of the universe is mirroring back that wish to you. How I wish I have it. How I wish I have it. So you're creating the circumstances that keeps that particular thing away from you. And that's how it works. So, but that's okay, because if you don't have a desire, how would you know what you want? You have to be clear on what you want. That's why it's the first step. If you don't have that first step, how would you know what you want? Okay, so the desire is a good place to start. But once you're clear on what you want, then begin to see yourself having it. Change that vibration, change that energy, change it. And the unified electromagnetic field of information that reads every information, that sees everything, you can call it God, you can call it the quantum field, you can call it anything, but there is a general observer that sees everything, is already receiving it. In other words, every time you're thinking a thought of what you want, you're sending out a request. That's right. Another word for that is prayer. That's what prayer. Some people think they are only praying when they close their eyes and do their hands like this, or when they close their eyes. No. Those things are necessary to help you focus or to help you mean business. Know that, maybe when someone sees you, they let you be, they don't distract you or whatever. But you've been praying long before that time. Trust me. Every time you think a thought of a desire, every time you think hate, every time you think jealousy, every time you're sending an information, a very strong signal that is creating something that the universe is converting it into physical reality in your life. So look at your life. See the things that you don't want in your life and take responsibility for them. Don't blame your parents. Don't blame your friends. Don't blame your spouse. Don't blame your ex. Don't blame anyone. You are the one creating the circumstances in your life. I know many people don't like to hear this. I didn't like it the first time I heard it, but whether you like to hear it or not, it's the truth, right? So take a piece of pen and paper. Be clear on the things that you want. They are there in your subconscious mind. You know the things that you want, but you haven't been deliberate. Like, I want you to be deliberate like this now. You haven't been deliberate like this before. You probably are, but you can do this with me and be sure of it. Now, write down the things that you want in your life. Be very, very clear on them, that this is what you want. Deliberately focus on this thing and not just create randomly. Become a deliberate creator right now. And then the next step is start to see yourself in possession of those things. Stop calling it your desire from today. Use today. You can use tomorrow too if you need enough time to do that, because getting clear sometimes can take time, and that's okay, because it helps you to be clear and know that the next time is going to be devoted for the creation itself. So take as much time as you can to get clear on the things that you want. Now begin to see yourself in possession of that. See yourself in that relationship. See yourself in that house. See yourself driving that car, people cheering you up, people praising you, congratulating you for that new job, for that career, for everything that you want, as if it is happening to you right now. All right? Because once you defer it and begin to think, okay, it's going to happen, the universe is not looking at going to, it sees now. All right? So see yourself that it's happening to me now. It's happening to me now. On a moment-to-moment basis. As you're doing that, you're sending a very strong request to the universe. That thing that you want is speedily hurling itself to you, even faster than you know it. You're drawing it to yourself. And one other thing you're going to notice is that the things that come to you, that you attract into your life, come much more faster than they would if you were going out there to manipulate, to work for it, to make a phone call, talk to someone for it, because now you're working with the energy of the universe. When you're manipulating and doing all of that, you're using your strength, you're using your finite mind, your finite wisdom. How many things do you know? How many people do you know? How much money do you have? I mean, You cannot contend with God. You cannot contend with the universe. God knows everything. God knows one button to press and your life will change. Okay, let me say that again. God knows only one thing without even winking an eye. Everything about your life will change. So people who believe in working hard, doing all of that, struggling and doing all of that, to me, I just see it as they're saying, God, I don't want you to do anything. Allow me to do it. No, you don't know anything. God knows everything. He knows the connections to make. He knows who to call. He knows who to talk to. He knows everything he knows to do. And he knows the best and easiest and effortless way to get your desires to you. Just let him do it. And the way you're going to do it is by writing it down first, getting clear on it, and then believe that it's yours. See yourself in it, in that life, and watch the magic happen. Okay, thank you everyone for watching this video. Help me share this video and let me know in the comments below if you learned something, and give me a follow and give me a subscribe. It helps other people know my work here and learn too. Share this video and leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one.